And in the first fight of the night, we got the debuting Stewart Nicoll taking on Jesus Aguilar, which this is going to be his fourth UFC fight, excuse me. And Aguilar, man, he's been, an underdog king. He won as an underdog on the Contender Series to get his UFC contract. Came in, fought Tatsuro Taira, which is a rough fight for anybody, and kind of got handled in that one. Got finished in the first round. But his last two fights, he's been the underdog, and he's gotten that job done. So he's been one of these fighters. Or actually, I take that back. I'm not sure if he was the underdog versus Shannon Ross, but he definitely was the underdog in his last fight. Got the win. So he's been cashing as the dog, and he's won 2 fights in a row in the UFC. And so he has that experience advantage. Being Mexican, he's going to fight hard. He's going to have cardio. And Stewart Nicoll, he's local. He's going to be kicking off the card for the Australians. And he's pretty impressive, but he hasn't been tested at international level, really. And it's hard to say because his striking, he looks powerful and he's fast, speedy. He'll switch stance and kind of throw from weird angles and kind of a different type of striker, but I feel like he also is vulnerable to getting clipped and getting knocked out. Aguilar, to me, isn't the best anywhere, but on the feet, he does have power. He'll throw those big leg kicks and looping punches, and if he can connect clean on Nicoll, maybe he could put him down like he did Shannon Ross, but at flyweight, it's a lot harder to knock guys out. I don't think Aguilar's necessarily like a big power puncher either, even though he got that KO there. And Aguilar just has no wrestling. It seems like his wrestling defense is pretty much non-existent. His last fight, he was just getting taken down at will. But what he's good at is he doesn't quit when it goes to the ground. He'll scramble. He's always attacking that guillotine, even though I don't necessarily think that's the smartest thing. And his last fight, he gave his back up, he would turtle to stand up, and then he was good at turning in or getting on top, exploding once his opponent was trying to get the back and getting on top, and kind of rode out a couple rounds and got the win there. But with Stewart, I feel like he's not going to make those same mistakes losing position, hopefully, and I think his ground and pound is going to help him settle Aguilar down a little bit. And I think he's going to get the finish here. I feel like it's going to go under as well. So I'm taking Nicoll via submission. I think he's going to hit that rear naked choke and have a good performance in his debut. Nicoll has good wrestling, and I see that being the difference. I think that his wrestling is on point. He's going to hit the double. He's going to use his ground and pound. And what I was saying at the beginning, at the breakdown, in terms of him needing to show like international level competition, is because I don't know how good these guys that he's been out grappling, out wrestling really are in terms of in those departments. But Aguilar, to me, isn't really a big step up in those areas. I feel like his last fight he won kind of because of his opponent losing the fight. And as long as Nicoll doesn't do that, I don't think that Aguilar has the skills to go out there and beat him when Nicoll's performing at his optimum. And I feel like Nicoll can get him out of there. So give me Stewart Nicoll to win this one inside the distance here.